What's up, guys? Hope you're having a great weekend so far. Today we are going to be taking a look at my Ibanez RGD2127FX with Dimarzio Titans. So let's get right to it. If you saw my N-Shine Dual Existence guitar cover, this was the guitar that I was playing. You can find all of the specs in the description below. I didn't want to waste your time or video time describing everything that's on this guitar. So one of the most important things I thought that was a massive improvement on this guitar was that I changed the tuners to locking tuners. As you can see here, these are Gotoh locking tuners. The reason why I went with Gotoh is because this guitar normally comes with just Gotoh non-locking tuners. And I thought, well, it's going to fit perfectly. I don't have to drill new pilot holes. They're very, very easy to install. If you're looking to get some Gotoh locking tuners, they are excellent to work with. I got in contact with a really nice gentleman over on their customer service side, and he was super helpful and just patient with me as I was deciding what I wanted to do. And I was kind of emailing him, back and forth periodically for about 5 months, and he was never pushy, never tried to sell anything too hard. So yeah, locking tuners are definitely a huge improvement. If you're thinking about getting a 7-string guitar, try to find one with locking tuners. The low string, especially on this guitar, would go out of tune just after an hour of playing. So the next thing that I changed was the pickups, which you can see here, and these are Dimarzio Titan pickups. Now, I have to be honest with you, they're not my favorite pickups. I like them. I think they do a good job at a few things. Maybe they just aren't meant for this guitar, but you would think they would sound pretty good because this is just basswood. Maybe it's true what they say, basswood just sucks. I don't know. But John Petrucci uses it. Anyways, what I might end up doing down the road, however, is swapping these out for Dimarzio illuminators. But for the time being, they do a pretty good job. So the things that I like about this guitar is the neck profile. So this has a 17-inch radius, and it's a very smooth neck. Fits really comfortably. The 7-string I had before this was a Schecter KM7, which sounded great. It was a very bright, open-sounding guitar, but the heel would dig into my thumb, and it just didn't really feel good to play. My hand would start hurting after a while. So I ended up selling that instrument just recently. And the reason why I went with this model is because I really had an interest in the Ibanez JBM 2.0, and then just seeing all the reviews and all the difficulties that people had, with the Floyd Rose and just a lot of quality control problems, I just decided to go with the Prestige. Now, I did buy this guitar used, and I bought it for under $900. The street price for this thing is over $1,100, I believe, and honestly, I don't think it's worth that amount of money for what you get right off the bat. Obviously, I've made improvements to this thing, but I was fine doing that because I didn't pay over $1,000 for this. The other thing that I really like is the tight end bridge. This thing is awesome. If you ever have to make adjustments to the action, there's only one hex bolt per saddle that just adjusts it up and down. I was a little skeptical, but this thing is just awesome, and it just is so comfortable to put your hand on. I almost like it more than hip shot, believe it or not, and I really, really love hip shot bridges. But yeah, this has a lot of nice features to it, so keep that in mind. I don't know how many of the new Ibanez's really come with this anymore. They've kind of switched over to Gibraltar bridges, which are also which also feel pretty nice. Another thing to point out is there's only a 3-way switch. So, you know, no 5-way switch, and there's no coil tap. So if that's something that really is important to you, then this probably isn't the right guitar to get. So what I want to do is just do a couple of sound demos of how these Dimarzio Titans match up, and I'm going to be playing just through my Axe effects because that's all that I have, and yeah, we'll go from there. All right, so the guitar is plugged into the Axe effects, that's going into the Scarlett 18i8, and then this is going into Cubase, which sucks. So yeah, we're just starting on a heavy patch because these are obviously made for metal. The one thing that I don't like is listen to the bottom note, and this is drop A. With certain amps, it definitely just sounds a little too like deep. You know what I mean? Let me tune back up here. It's a good, really good, you know, death metal tone. Like if you just wanted to be like, so let's switch to a tighter patch and see how that sounds. So I'm going to use Bulb's Rhythm Patch, which I'm not a huge fan of, but it might be better suited for these pickups. One thing I wanted to show you guys that I really like about these pickups actually is chord voicings. You hear that? So each note rings out really, really nicely. And another cool thing about these pickups is, you know, when you switch to the neck pickup on a heavier, chunkier tone, you kind of lose something. And this one is just a different, just really differently voiced. So if I were to do... So yeah, it's just different, but... All right, now let's do some ambient stuff, which I think is where these pickups can really shine, personally. So yeah, this is a patch. I'll put the title just on the screen here, but this is already, it's like a preset on the Axe FX, so you can find it. And I did make modifications to the delay. Well guys, I know I was quite thorough, but hopefully this gives you some inkling as to what they sound like. Now, I don't know if I said this before already in the video, but the 6-string Titans sound a hell of a lot better to me than the 7-string Titans. I just think it's hard to tame that low end on the, bottom string. Let me know what you think in the comments. Did you like the Titans? Did you like this guitar? Was it helpful? Was it not? Please go easy on me. This is my very first gear demo or whatever. If you would like to hear how this sounds just in a mix, I can come up with a quick demo song for a future video. So yeah, I will see you guys next week with a video where I'm going to be giving some of you an inside look at what the concerts that I go to are like. So if you're not really familiar with rock or metal shows, this will be one you do not want to miss. So yeah, until next time, thanks.